guitar, right? Like you can strum during a song, you can play air drums. You know, even if like there's a good Bruce Springsteen on, you can do like a saxophone solo. But like you can't really do like air cello. You know, like you don't see a lot of, like there's violin here and there's guitar here and everything, but you don't see a lot of like people in a crowd like jamming out like air violin, you know. Yeah, best bet is maybe like a flute solo, but that still looks a little goofy. But this is my 9th Coffeehouse. I like to think it's like when the Beatles had their run from 1965 to 1970, had 9 albums. One small difference though, I think the Beatles got paid for all that. I think they had a better business model. But you know, people, speaking of music, people always say that like music these days has gotten so much worse. You know, like the lyrics are worse, everything like that. And I usually try to defend today's music, but I was listening to a song the other day, and I kid you not, the like main chorus line of the song was I'm do re mi fa so very done with you. Now they actually didn't say very, it was more explicit than that because I had to be very serious. But there's a couple layers to peel back here. They think that line is really clever, right? Like it's a very self-serious song, but it also means that when they're sad about a girl, they watch The Sound of Music for inspiration. Like that guy was watching Julie Roberts teach, you know, kids in Nazi Austria how to sing, and he was like, "This is it! This is going to be my biggest hit." Like this guy has ads all over like Twitter and Spotify right now, and he has a line in his song that's I'm do re mi fa so very done with you. Like that is a real line in one of his songs. It's just amazing to me. But also Ancestry.com. I know it looks really cool. You know, you can see like if one of your ancestors was like, you know, a slave and you know, died a businessman or something like that. But really, it's just a way for white people to tell you that they're 1/32nd Native American. That's all it is. You know, my grandmother's niece's dog was Cherokee or something. Actually, my grandpa here today, his mother was like 1/2 Native American, which makes me annoying. But a lot of my lacrosse teammates are here tonight. They've always supported me, so I thought I'd have some stuff about them. One of my favorite stories from the lacrosse team is like one of the weirdest things my coach has ever said to me during practice. This was last year during a practice. One of our players, Jeremy, was bringing the ball up in a drill we were doing. It was like 6-on-6. And he whips the ball over to me, and I drop it because I'm not very good. And the coach comes over and he goes, "Jeremy, what are you doing? Look, Connor," he really said this, I swear to God. He goes, "Look, Connor, very nice kid, very good looking, he's gonna make a woman very happy one day, but don't throw him the ball." Like, it was like the most bizarre backhanded compliment that I've ever, like he doesn't even usually talk to me, so for a second I was like, man, like, is Coach proud of me? Like it was both the nicest and the meanest thing I've ever had a coach say to me. But we've really had a lot of great improvement on our team this year. Like Austin Wise is faster than ever. Ty Tom has really learned how to play defense. And then we have this kid, Cal Dickey, who has become a really important member of the team, and he's super fast. He can go from one end of the field all the way to the other, deking guys, doing things I can only do in video games. But when he gets to the other team's goal, he can go through everybody. And he just can't finish. Like he always misses the cage or goes in the goalie's foot, which is a great metaphor for how I try to ask out girls. I can talk to them, I can make them laugh, and then when it comes to ask them out, it's just the cage is over there. So, to give you an example of this, I was at a recent Model UN conference. I know, that's where all the ladies are, right? It was in New York, and we were there for a few days, so I got to know some of the delegates, and I was talking to this one girl, Australia. And, we were kind of hitting it off, chatting throughout the conference. And then at one point, she asked me, "Hey, do you have an Instagram?" And I said, "No." And then she asked, "Well, do you have a Snapchat?" And I said, "No." And then she just kind of turned around in her seat, and I realized that to her, it sounded like I really didn't want her to talk to me. it sounded like I was saying like she was asking me for my number, and I was like, I don't have a phone, and she had like just seen me pull out my phone. Like it was like the least, like I could have done anything. I could have just lied and like downloaded Snapchat right then. You know, like I could have asked for the delegate dance. Like there's a million things, and I was just like, no, I don't have Snapchat. I don't want to talk to you ever again. But also at this Model UN conference, I got passed the best note that I've ever been passed at a conference. So, you know, throughout the committee, you'll pass people notes. Sometimes they're a little funny. Most of the time, they're pretty serious, though. They're like, hey, what about this policy and stuff? And I got passed the most incredible note. So I was Panama. That was my country. And this delegate passed me this note that said, we believe your ideals are very good. Can we join your bloc? Bloc spelled Q-U-E, obviously. Us South American countries should stick together. Signed, Netherlands. And now, so I then, had to talk to Netherlands after this to see if he was just the class clown of the committee. But I just think the lights were not all on with Netherlands. Like he was a little bit foreign, but like if he was foreign, he was probably from Italy because that's where most of the foreign delegates are, and that's closer to the Netherlands than I am, and I know where the Netherlands are. But prom was recently, and prom was fun and everything. But the day after prom was actually one of the most eventful trips I've had to the mall. So I was there with my buddy Austin, who's a lot more eccentric, outgoing than me, and I'd buy some stuff for spring break. So I bought the douchiest outfit I've ever. Like I felt like I had pants with like anchors on them, just like the whitest like southern vineyard vines thing you've ever seen, and this like the first Hawaiian shirt I've ever bought, and it was blue with like feathers on it, Native American again, going back to my heritage. But it was the worst outfit I've ever bought, but it looks pretty good on me. And we were checking out this lady, this very loud personality. She's like, asking me like what we're doing, like how we've been lately, and I said, oh, like prom was last night. She was like, oh, let me see pictures and everything. And she was like, did you make them holla at prom? Like she kept having this thing about how like you have to make them holla. Like she said every time like girls come to the mall and they're like picking out their dress, she's like, you gotta get one that'll make the boys holla. Like that was her whole thing. And after all of that, we're on the way home, and we see this squirrel that had just been run over in the street, and it was like squirming, like it wasn't dead yet. It was squirming. It was awful. So we stopped, and Austin gets out of the car, and he sort of drags the squirrel to the side of the road by the tail, and he doesn't know what to do, but like it's kind of best in that situation to put it out of its misery. And so he grabs a rock, and I looked away, and all I saw was the result, which was Austin had blood all over his arm and like his shirt. And then the worst part is that 3 cars like pass by right as this is happening. So Austin is standing there, dead squirrel at his feet, blood all over him, and all the driver saw was Austin do this terrible thing to the squirrel. And then we get home, and my dad is in the driveway like doing some yard work, and he sees Austin with his arm like out the window like trying to like dry the blood off, and he comes over and he says, I just have one question. Like, where's the dead body? And that's going to wrap up the main part of my set tonight. But I do have one last special thing for you guys, since this is my last Coffeehouse, and my lacrosse teammates have always supported me. Jake, get up here. We have Jake does not really know what's going on. Not really. But we have the script that I've outlined for him. So throughout the lacrosse season, there are a lot of very quotable lines said. And some of this may sort of go over the heads of non-lacrosse members, but just keep in mind, so everything Jake is about to reply is a quote said by a lacrosse player or a coach from this season. The scene is I have just been dumped by a girl and Jake is going to try to console me, but all of his lines are only things said during the lacrosse season. So just to set the stage for you guys, Jake, you just have to be loud without a mic. All right, so, hey man, how's it going?
Hello, Mr. Robbins.
Hey, I haven't told you this yet, but my girlfriend broke up with me last night.
What's that code?
Jake, are you even listening to me? Like, she broke up with me last night. We're done. It's over.
There's so much snot in my mouth right now.
Jake, like, oh my god, dude, you're ridiculous. Like, can you at least act like you care? Listen, I heard that she hooked up with another guy last weekend. I mean, I can't believe that she would do this.
If I was a girl, I'd date John Hennessy. He just has an ideal body.
Jake, what are you talking about? Like, listen, I know he's a pretty good-looking guy and nice and funny. What am I talking about? Listen, aren't you supposed to help me feel better about this?
Yo, I got dibs on her.
Jake!
Hey man, when the chicken man sees a ground ball, it's like a chicken with a seed. He just snaps that thing up, you know what I'm saying?
I really don't.
Wow, I just noticed it got dark out.
Jake, you're still not listening to me at all. I was in love with her, dude. Like, I mean, I can't believe that she would do this to me. We had such a good thing going. Or at least, I thought.
How many times do you think he's gonna bring her up today?
Jake! Come on, man, you're supposed to be my best friend. What am I supposed to do here? Like, how do I get over this?
Listen, you're a really good-looking guy, and you're gonna make a girl really happy one day. But I wouldn't throw you the ball, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be, and you're right. There's other fish in the sea.
My name is Jake Abel.
All right, thank you guys.
Your name's Jake Abel?